Hey guys, Scott DeSalvo, the personal injury lawyer, coming at you here with a new video. And today's topic is, if I'm in a car accident, how can I make sure that I get to see a doctor and make sure my doctor bills get paid? And what can I do for money during the case? Okay, so this is a common question I get a lot from people who are in a car accident, especially people who had an old workers' comp case. See, it's different. Car accidents and workers' comp cases are quite different in that in a workers' comp case, if everything goes according to plan, if you're off work with a doctor's note, then under workers' comp, the doctors automatically get paid, or are supposed to, as they give you care, and you get 2/3 of your salary while you're off work with a doctor's note. But that's in a workers' comp case. So what happens in a car crash case? Well, I had a guy just like that call me and ask for a free consultation. I was happy to talk to him, answered all his questions, and he actually ended up being a client, becoming a client. He has a pretty good case. But when he called me, he had only ever had a workers' comp case before, a work injury case. And so his expectation was that if he's off work, he would be getting paid during the time he's off work. And he'd also, the medical would all be automatic. And in a car crash case, it's different. In a car crash case or any kind of motor vehicle accident case, all of the money comes at the end of the case, okay? So whereas in a workers' comp, you get paid TTD while you're off work, and the doctors get paid as they give you medical care, in a car crash or an automobile accident case, all of the money, the medical bills, your lost wages, everything gets paid at the end of the case in a lump sum of money when we settle the case, either settle it or get a verdict on it. So it's different, and it creates a problem. So that's where the questions come from. Well, wait a minute. If the insurance company doesn't pay the doctors as I go along, why would the doctors agree to see me? And what am I supposed to do for money while I'm off work, right? Well, the good news is there are some answers to those questions. The first one is, with respect to the medical bills and stuff like that, there's a lot of doctors out there who will treat on a lien basis, okay? A lien is, it's not spelled like lean on the wall or lean on the desk. It's spelled Lien, and it's a legal word, and it just means a right to get something out of the case, okay? So if somebody files a lien on your case, that means when the case resolves, they want their bills paid, right? So since doctors have a statutory law that lets them put liens on injury cases, lots of doctors, not all, but there are a lot of them out there, and they're not hard to find. You can find them pretty easily. They'll treat you on what's called a lien basis, meaning usually if they know the lawyer that's handling your case, they've treated that lawyer's clients before, and they know the lawyer knows what he or she is doing, then the doctors have a pretty good feeling that if a quality lawyer is representing the injured person, then it's probably a good case and they're probably going to win. And that means eventually the doctor bills are going to get paid. So if you don't have medical insurance, you don't have, listen, I don't know anybody or very, very few people who have enough money to pay for all the medical care they need out of their pocket, right? So that means you need to get somebody to pay it. And my point is, a lot of doctors will work on a lien basis. So if you've been hurt in an accident and you don't have money to pay, you just need to find a doctor who will work on a lien. And that may be as simple as a Google search, because there's a lot of doctors out there who do it. They understand how the system works. And if you're represented by a good attorney, they're happy to give you the medical care that you need, because they know that they're going to get paid at the end of the case. So here's the harder question. The harder question is, what do you do for money? In other words, rent, buying food. Well, in an injury case, that is a much harder question. It certainly helps if you can tighten your belt, because listen, the simple answer is there's no provision in personal injury law for you to get paid your salary while you're off work in a car crash case or a fall down case. In fact, the only type of injury case where there's a provision for that is workers' comp, like we already talked about. But the bottom line is, my first bit of advice would be to tighten your belt, right? And focus on getting better and focus on getting back to work as soon as you can. The other thing is, it's important to get a lawyer who's going to move your case forward quickly. Like, you don't want a lawyer who's just going to sit on your case and not do anything and hope it settles one day. You're going to want an attorney who knows what he or she is doing and pushes the case forward so you can get to that settlement money at the end of the case, okay? But there are some possibilities for you. Like, you can, if you're married, you can tighten your belt and rely on your spouse's income temporarily until you can get back to work. You can do things like try to borrow money from family just to make ends meet until you're able to return to work. The reason I say, listen, I hate borrowing money from anybody, and why should I have to borrow money from somebody, especially a family member, when somebody else ran into my car or rear-ended me on the expressway or T-boned me when I was crossing an intersection on a green light? Why should I rely on family and friends to help me when the other guy hurt me? Well, the answer is there's no provision for you to get paid during the time you're off work. But the last option, and I really consider it an option of last resort, is a lawsuit loan. So a lawsuit loan is, you basically sign a contract, an agreement with the lawsuit loan company, saying they're going to charge you anywhere between, $200 to $500 for your application, and then you're agreeing to pay, 35, 45% yearly interest on the money you borrow. And it's easy to see why I tell people not to take out lawsuit loans, or if you need to take a lawsuit loan out to make ends meet, do it, but don't take out the minimum amount you can, and then the goal will be to repay it as fast as possible. So I am sometimes able to call the lawsuit loan company and reduce the amount that they are asking for, because they make out like bandits. They'll lend you. I've had cases where my clients borrowed $2,000 or $3,000, and a year and a half later they want $5,000 out of the client's settlement. So you can see it really adds up. So I always tell people, don't take out a lawsuit loan. And like so many things in life, there's no good answer here for how you make ends meet while you're injured and off work. All you can do is get back to work and rely on savings, rely on borrowing money from somewhere or family or friends, and as a last resort, you can borrow and try and get a lawsuit loan. But again, the interest rate is so high, I really don't recommend that. So basically that's it. Sorry that I didn't have a better answer for you. I know it stinks, like, why should you have to go through this stuff? But really your best outcome is by being represented by an attorney who knows how all this stuff works and knows how to move the cases forward quickly and for maximum value. So if you have been involved in an accident, like a car accident or a work injury, fall down, whatever kind of injury you got, and you're considering what your options are, please feel free to give me a call. My number is 312-500-4500. That's a toll-free number that gets answered anytime, night or day. So you can call anytime and the phone will get picked up and your message will immediately go to me. And if I'm awake, I call you. If you call me in the middle of the night, they definitely will collect some basic information from you, but they immediately text it to me and email it to me. And, a lot of the people I talk to are in the evenings or, early in the morning or whenever they are available to talk. I'm happy to answer the questions. And, the other thing is, even if you don't want a case, if you have questions, just call and I'm happy to answer your questions. I probably talk to, 2-3 people before I get a case out of it. So I answer a lot of people's questions, and obviously it's always free. So if you have any questions, call me, 312-500-4500. Thanks for watching. I hope this information helped you, even though it's not all good news. Have a great day, and give me a holler if I can help. Take care.